What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Apparently, news has come out courtesy of ESPN and all the other news outlets about how Trevor Bauer, a lot of you guys may not know, Trevor Bauer, which is a pitcher on the Los Angeles Dodgers, won a Cy Young Award, recently renewed his contract for up to $103 million for 3 years, has been suspended for 2 years, man. I mean, that is the equivalent of a what? $66 million, depending on how he got his contract structured. He's been suspended for 2 years, man. And guess what he got suspended for? For, for, let me just read the article and then you can make the determination for yourself, right? So, Major League Baseball suspended, or they announced a 324 game suspension for Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer on Friday, the equivalent of 2 full seasons. 2 full seasons. And by far the most severe punishment handed out under the sport's domestic violence policy. He's suspended for domestic violence. Now, you guys are not going to believe this, but I have to nominate this man for Bag Fumbler of the Year. I don't know if there's anybody that is a bigger bag fumbler than Trevor Bauer that plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Suspended for 2 years, possibly is going to fumble a, close to $70 million bag over a woman? Listen, check this out. I'm going to go through a couple paragraphs and then I'm going to show you all the pictures, okay? Bauer promptly released a statement announcing he was appealing the suspension, thus becoming the first player to appeal punishment through MLB's domestic violence policy. In the strongest possible terms, I deny committing any violation of the league's domestic violence policy and sexual assault policy. I am appealing this action and expect to prevail as we have throughout this process. My representatives and I respect the confidentiality of the proceedings. Come on, fam. You know that this is not confidential. Let me show you the pictures. So basically the woman, right? The woman is saying that, yo, he got a little too violent during our hanky-panky moment. And these are the bruises, apparently, that she's saying that was inflicted on her during the altercation. I'm using altercation lightly because it was a sexual situation. And this chick look hit. I mean, she got black eyes in both of her eyes. The side of her face is scratched up. Her hair is all frazzled. Listen, and I don't know. Listen, you can't really trust these chicks. So I'm not just going to automatically assume or say that the dude should lose 70 M's as a result or close to 70 M's as a result of rocking with this chick, right? Because we don't know. Listen, if we're looking at a thin line between love and hate, we know that these women are capable of anything. They're capable of beating themselves up and scratching their own faces. But for the sake of the conversation, the only thing I care about is the money. You know this. I don't care about all of this extra stuff. I'm going to leave that to all of the rest of the vloggers. I'm going to leave that to all of the rest of the YouTubers. The only thing I care about the money, man. And when we start talking about the money, man, this look bad on you. This is one of the reasons why I stay married. This is the reasons why I don't have to worry about some of the same things that you guys have to worry about, because I'm not out here trying to beg these chicks for consensual sexual gratification and then got to worry about what it looked like on the other end when she tell you to choke her. Real talk. But let's get back into the article and then we're going to break this all down, right? 31 years old, a young lad, accused of sexual assault by a San Diego woman who requested a restraining order and essentially alleged that he took consensual rough sex too far over the course of 2 encounters. Check this out. Over the course of 2 encounters last April and May, an LA judge denied the woman a permanent restraining order in August, and the LA County District's Attorney's Office declined to file criminal charges in February. So that is kind of messed up, because what we're then really hearing is that despite the fact that it wasn't a criminal charge that was filed, which is one of the reasons why this man is fighting this so hard, despite the fact that there wasn't a criminal charge filed, despite the fact that it was two consensual encounters in which apparently what they're saying is that she's saying that it was just a little too rough on both sides, on both times. That says to me, I don't care how many black eyes that you got. I don't care how many scratches that you have. If you came back for a second bidding and they fail to file criminal charges, why should this man lose out on the bag? But here's the biggest caveat to this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me come on back. Here's the biggest caveat to this. Why put yourself in a position to have to lose 70 M's? I'm going to just tell you, bro. I am Ruben Pfeffer, and along came Polly when it come to my money. I'm not putting the bag or the potential for a bag to be lost in the hands of somebody else in any way, shape, or form. So there's no way possible that you're going to get me in a position to where a bag is being fumbled as a result of something that I can control. Oh, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. Now, I do still want to nominate this man for Bag Fumbler of the Year because, again, when you are $100 million man, you got to move a little bit differently. You can't just take some random chick's word for it over 2 days and two encounters. You thought it was cool? Let's continue. We all know that this man is on trial in the court of public opinion way before the facts come out. But the district attorney's office declined to file criminal charges in February. But MLB, which has the autonomy to suspend players, obviously a feminist organization, without criminal conviction, also looked into at least one other incident of alleged sexual assault with a woman from Ohio. So apparently this guy got a thing out for it. And instead of him just leaning into his computer browser and just getting it off, he decided that he wanted to play Russian roulette in real life. And now it's going to cost him $70 million. Can you imagine that a piece of pee, pushing pee, cost you 70? That's literally $35 million per bust down. Says that he joined the Dodgers on a 3-year, $102 million contract in February 2021 on the heels of winning the National League Cy Young Award, which means that he's more visible and more of a target from these women. He spent at least 81 regular season games on administrative leave, so he was getting paid and he didn't even have to do nothing. Plus an additional 18 to begin the 2022 season, but his 324 game suspension doesn't begin until Friday, meaning he doesn't get credit for previous time served like he in prison. His suspension, if it holds through the appeal process, would last until the 19th game of the 2024 season, by which point his 3-year contract with the Dodgers will have expired. So basically, everything is over. The Dodgers will not be paying Bauer while he is suspended, and who will not be able to report to the team unless his appeal is successful. The MLB announced suspension with a short statement that did not provide details of its findings. Blah, 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 blah. That's unfortunate. 16th player suspended since August 2015 when the MLB and the MLB Players Association unveiled their joint domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy, which grants MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred the autonomy to suspend players under just cause. The prior suspensions, not counting that of former reliever Felipe Vasquez, who is also serving a jail sentence, not for a 13-year-old. But anyways, his attorneys is denying it, and they saying that the charges is baseless, and little homie shouldn't be suspended, and he ain't getting no charges filed against him, and it ain't what y'all think it is, and this chick is setting him up, and she probably scratched herself, whatever, who knows, allegedly. But my point is, regardless of whether he did it or not, which it sounds to me as though he didn't do anything egregious that wasn't already agreed upon, especially considering that she came back for seconds. The point that I'm making to you guys is do not even put yourself in a position to have to deal with this foolishness in the first place. Then you won't be looking at a chick that's sending pictures over there trying to get you getting your bag messed up. Who knows? She probably tried to finesse him before that and said, send this, and we going to get you popping over here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Stay clear of all of these dusty chicks that's trying to get you set up, because it's going to put you in a position to end up as a bag fumbler on the Millionaire Morning Show. I love you. I appreciate you. I am going to talk to you tomorrow. Make sure Make sure that you subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the description. And then make sure you also hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. If you need personal coaching to keep you from fumbling the bag, make sure you go to my website, AntonDaniels.com, and send me an email from there. I love you. I appreciate you. Get on up out of here. Enjoy your day.